I tried shorting here. I was already kind of low near previous day close, and unfortunately, because I'm in that lower extension, all I could really hope for at the time was probably like a 1 2 3 kind of move where it goes down, does a little pullback, probably against some opening ranges. All right, good day everybody. Welcome to another BBT recap. Today is September 21st. The FOMC meeting is looming in the next couple of hours. We've got a lot of just some short-term opportunity. The market's not really super volatile yet, but certainly more opportunity in the afternoon as we get a little bit more decisive price activity and hopefully some clear breakouts that we can take advantage of. I've got Brian on the mic with me as well. How's it going, Brian? How was your trading day so far?
Good. was a good day actually. I had all the EV stocks seemed to be weak this morning, so Lee was setting up nicely for what I call my rising devil trade, and was trading below the VWAP. It was gapping down and it was getting weak going into the open, so pretty much everything I need to see a setup for a rising devil. So it popped up at the open to the VWAP, and I shorted it there at 24.55, and then it just started to sell off from there. So yeah, got a nice move, continued to partial out until I got to about 23.73, and that's where I took the last bit off. So that was probably my best trade of the day.
Yeah, that's a solid kind of breakdown. I think Neo, Lee, and XFAB all had a clear kind of sell-off day. I was trading Tesla as kind of a counter to that, and it did go down, but it wasn't quite as easy. It took probably a couple of bounces and retesting to actually get some downside. And unfortunately, I even missed the majority of that sell. So, a couple of things that I did trade today as we kind of watch the market bleed off a little bit more here. So I did try Tesla. I was looking for it to pull back on the daily. So the daily has a nice rejection yesterday. It's been a relatively strong stock overall. And I love Tesla's range. You know, it is trying to break out on some previous highs, August and maybe like late August highs. But yesterday it just couldn't do it. So I figured today would be a great day to try for a pullback. And especially now with the market leaning more towards the downside, you can see that Tesla has already kind of showed, you know, how long it takes to go down, but definitely still going down in price. So Tesla was an attempt. I took my first short here, was able to partial a little at PDC. We really didn't lose low of day, and then I got stopped out at break even. I could have re-engaged at that point, and now we're actually seeing the follow through. Just took a couple of steps. I also traded Apple. Same basic idea on Apple, but obviously the daily looks a lot different. The overall trade setup on Apple is that I'm going for a pullback, but it's really against the market sentiment. You know, if Apple's not moving higher today, I don't expect the S&P to go very far, and a lot of other stocks are maybe carrying the bullish weight, but Apple's actually pulling back. So I tried shorting here. I was already kind of low near previous day close, and unfortunately, because I'm in that lower extension, all I could really hope for at the time was probably like a 1 2 3 kind of move where it goes down, does a little pullback, probably against some opening ranges, and then of course makes a second low. You'll notice that as the market tried to break out, Apple was part of that, and it actually rallied up, but it didn't really clear the pivot. You know, this is our high end of trade today, and now Apple has made a fresh low. So like a lot of things, I think I was getting the idea right today, but I probably wasn't in the best of positions. Tesla, I definitely could have re-entered, but Apple, I probably would have had to take the stop first and then just try again. So as far as for myself, I'm trading really small this morning. One, because volatility is a bit low. Two, because I think more opportunity will show up later this afternoon. And ultimately, my watch list wasn't the best, but there was obviously the short opportunities on some of these key stocks. So, and I think that's pretty much it. The last thing I wanted to show, and this is something that I've been noticing a lot recently, is if you're a short-term trader and you're kind of looking for a bit of edge in this market, on low volatility days like today, sometimes changing how you perceive the market moves can actually be to your benefit. And I noticed this more on the S&P, but a lot of times we actually get these weak uptrends where the market's still kind of grinding higher, but the price activity is captured within a trading channel, something like a 1 or 5 minute high and low bullish or bearish channel. So if you're looking for a little edge, maybe as a scalper or as someone who's trying to get a sense of the market sentiment at that time, you might want to start marking your actual trend lines, and you can get a sense of where maybe some horizontal traders can get stopped out, but it also can turn into a failed breakout because you're still inside the channel. And really, as you can see, the last high of day that we got in the SPY broke out, but it had no follow through because we rejected the channel. We came all the way back in, and now we're actually breaking down. The market is actually pulling back a little deeper than what the previous channel would suggest. So, scalpers love these kind of structures simply because it gives them edge. They know when to be aggressive, when to kind of enter on weakness and strength, and ultimately they're just hoping for that counter move inside of the structure. So something to think about. Might not be relevant in the future, but I've certainly noticed it a lot recently, and I wanted to call it out. So, all right.
Perfect.
Yeah. Anything else, Brian? Anything else you traded this morning?
No, I just mostly Lee. Like I said, I traded it twice. Traded it once at the open, and then traded it when it came back up, popped back up to the 9 moving average, reshorted it again. So I know Peter, some of our traders who took Lee actually held it much longer. Got a little bit more of a move down on it, but yeah, other than that, I traded TNA for a little breakthrough on that breakout. And that was about it. So overall, it was a good day, and now we just sort of sit and wait to see what Jeremy Powell and company say.
Yeah.
Later in the day.
Good old market mover coming up soon. So.
Yep. Yep. So it's everybody is sort of just waiting. We're expecting the 0.75% increase rate hike, and hopefully that will be the case. There won't surprise with anything, and it'll be mostly the commentary that comes after, whether there's any hint of dovishness, and that'll really drive the markets higher.
Yeah.
So
absolutely,
we'll see what happens.
Indeed. Yep. Well, all right. Well then, until then, everybody trade safe for the rest of the morning session. Brian, thank you for joining me this morning.
Thanks. All right. Thank you.
And if you're watching this recap, please feel free to like, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions about the trades Brian and I took or some of the commentary, feel free to leave a comment, and hopefully we'll see what this market offers into the rest of the week. So take care. Talk to you then.
Cheers. Yeah, bye.